What is up, everyone, and welcome to today's reaction video. And today's reaction is the very special monthly request of my incredible Patreon follower, Josh. Josh, thank you so much, as always, for your continued support, for being a member of the herd and a member of the Patreon. It means the absolute world to me to have you as a supporter. So thank you so much for continuing to help me do what I do here on YouTube. It means the world to me. And thank you so much for this month's request and all the information you've sent me through about this, because y'all, grab your teacups because things are about to get messy. I have been reading through the all the info that Josh has sent me for this month's reaction, and we are about to spill the tea. There is drama, or there has been drama, in the VTuber community, because today we are reacting to, I'm hoping I'm going to pronounce this right, Gura. I believe Josh was nice enough to write it phonetically for me, so if I've messed that up, I'm going to be so mad. Gura and Casey Edwards with Gagura's original song, Ash Again. Now, the information I've been sent through here, as I understand it, because I'm very new to the VTuber world, okay? Gura was a member of a VTuber company called Hollow Live for 5 years. Basically, Gawr was like on level with Iron Mouse of being pretty much the most recognizable faces in Western VTuber community. And recently, Gawr has announced that she is graduating from her position in Hollow Live. Basically, what that means is that when these VTubers who are part of these companies leave, the companies don't let them keep the personas that they've built and they've popularized and that they've made. So the VTubers are pretty much left with the decision to either join another company, a competitive company, or to start completely from scratch on their own and have to build all new models, make a new original character, rebuild their fan base, and hope that enough of their fan base knows who they are and carry over to them, which is just wild. A wild, absolute, I don't want to say it's an exploitation of these people's talent, but like, it gives me all the vibes of, I'm a wrestling fan. I watch wrestling, and anyone who leaves WWE and then has to change their name when they go to a different promotion because WWE owns their character's name. It's wild. This gives me the same vibes as that. But apparently, yeah, Gawr has announced that she is graduating from Hollow Live because she's had mental health issues. She's had to take hiatuses before because of things and the amount of stress that she's under and disagreements with the management. So she's stepping away. And this song, as I understand it, speaks very much to the last 2.5 years where she's been writing and working on the song and everything she's been going through that time. The song is also made with Casey Edwards, as I said, who has done a whole bunch of video game songs, apparently, for Devil's May Cry 5, Destiny, Mortal Kombat, Assassin's Creed, Black Flag, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Josh was kind enough to give me all this information, so it's so cool to have an idea of who the person that's worked on, I'm guessing, the music side of it, whereas Gawr has done the song side of it, the lyrical side of it. The other thing that's in here that Josh has been kind enough to tell me is that you will see 4 other VTubers, people in one section of this song. They are apparently her gen mates, which I didn't know what that means. It's basically 4 other VTubers who started at the same time as her, and they've basically come up together. They've started in this company together, and they've become extremely close knit, and for basically some of the first big English-speaking VTubers, which is so cool that there's this kind of camaraderie within this song even. So I'm curious to see how much that goes into. I'm curious to see what the lyrics of this song are going to be, how much of the tea we are getting, because like I said, this just, when I was reading through this, I was just like, oh damn, this is like a whole lot of not necessarily drama, because it's not like some little internet fighty thing, but it's just so sad to see a creative that is, you know, again, you see it with music producers, with their artists, you see it with all different things, where the creative is just wanting to make something special and just wanting to, you know, do something cool for their fans, and then they have the people who are trying to make money, and it's causing the creative so much stress and taking them in a direction they don't want to go in. And the fact that Gawr's had to make this decision to go, I guess I'm starting again from scratch, or I guess I'm doing something completely different. And, you know, the last 5 years of my life, I'm going to have to reboot the whole thing. is absolutely wild, and you wonder what stage they got to get to that point. So we're going to find out. Sorry about the long intro. We're going to get into this one. As always, please jump in the link in the description and give the original a like and a comment and subscribe to the original uploader. And we are going to get into this. This is Gawr and Casey Edwards doing Ash again. Let's go. Okay.
Face to face this time again. We walk once more to the end. Burn it down, burn it down. Waves can't put out my flame. Death will never write my name.
Damn.
Burn it down, burn it down.
Yo. Straight out the gate, we're coming in with this. We are just coming straight through that repetition of the burn it down. Yep. It just, you've pushed me too far. I'ma just burn all this down and build again on the ashes. We're done with this. Let's just burn it down and start fresh. I love that as a theme. The film clip that we have here, the video, the visuals is wild. Absolutely wild and stunning and gorgeous. This look at, first of all, starting it off with one character, absolute, like the beautiful warrior princess, absolutely skewering the other. And I'm not entirely sure here, but are they supposed to be the same character? Is she like killing herself, or like killing that version of herself? Because that's a really cool thing to start with. But then we're suddenly in this kind of like the padded cell type of thing in the loony bin type of feel with the writing on the wall. And again, it's the small things. It's the small little messages that are put in here. The fact that the writing is on the wall. It's, it's too late to take it back now. This is done. This is finished. We're closing this chapter, and we're burning it down.
Time again. We walk once more to the end. Burn it down, burn it down. Waves can't put out my flame. Death will never write my name. Burn it down.
I'm not sure if it's the intention. Okay, I'm pausing so much in this, guys, but there's so many little things that I love. First of all, waves can't put out my flame. Love that line. Death will never write my name. That gives me like, just because of the fact that the film clip's very anime-ish looking, it gives me like Death Note vibes. But the fact that she's drawn a little sailboat, and again, with all the little messages we've had in here, the writing on the wall, the little things like that, the ship has sailed is just another one that pops into my head right away as soon as I see that little boat. And I'm like, every single little thing in this feels like its own little message and its own little metaphor, and I love it. Yo, two things I want to say. Number one, with the title of this song and the way that's, how incredible would it be? How incredible would it be if it turns out that Gawr, like, I don't know if we know anything about her persona outside of that. Like, I think the whole point of VTubers is that they keep their anonymity. So I wouldn't be shocked if we don't know anything about her. I'm not in the community enough to know. But is her name Ash? Is her name like Ashley or Ash? Because the idea of that she's been Gawr and now she's just going back to being Ash again. but then she's worked it into the song of when it's all burnt down and everything is ash again. It would just be absolutely genius. If no one does know her identity, I'm putting that out there as my fan theory, and that is just you'll tell me I'm wrong. You'll tell me that wouldn't be genius if either her next character is named Ash or has Ash in its name, or if her real name IRL is Ash or Ashley or anything Ash. It would be chef kiss. It would be absolutely incredible. Also, there was the one line way back at like the start of that chorus where she said about how that they keep telling her that everyone's waiting or something like that. And I'm not sure if this is meant to be a direct link to that, but having just read about her, having mental health issues, having to take hiatuses and things like that, having to take breaks away from this because it was too much, I can just imagine the higher ups in whatever company she's working for, the bosses who are kind of, holding her to contracts, saying to her that everyone's forgetting about you because you're taking too long to come back. You can't keep taking hiatuses. They're all going to forget about you. You're going to become irrelevant. And I can imagine the kind of stress that would put on someone. So I don't know if that's meant to be a direct reference to that kind of thing, but knowing that underlying stuff of what she's gone through, it just hits.
I'll do it again. Voices rise in my head. The hands that pull at my thread. Let them drown. Burn it down.
Oh.
Before washing the tide. In the abysses where I will hide.
Damn.
Let them drown. Burn it down. This safe memory of me is fading.
There, right there.
I've heard it all before. Don't tell me everyone around is waiting.
That part there is what I'm talking about. They say the memory of me is fading. Don't tell me everyone around is waiting. So that just gives me the vibe that there's been someone saying to her, while she's trying to take the time to heal, to look after herself, to get herself right, there is someone who's saying to her, you need to pick it up. You need to get over this because there's people waiting for you and people are forgetting about you. That is such a horrible and toxic environment to be in, and a mentality for people to have, especially if it is people you're working for. So yeah, if that's what that's referencing, if I'm right on that point there, I am glad that she is doing things for herself now, because you do not need that in your life at all.
Everyone around is waiting. And they all say,
Yes.
tear it down, burn it down. And they're hoping, better tear it down, burn it down. When the world falls through and all is ash again, while you all pretend, if this is the end, I'll do it again. We swim against the current, safe in dark, we change
Damn.
as smoke returns to rain. Navigating sunken depths and all of its debris. And no more hands upon my words, they only speak for me. For all
No more hands upon my words. They only speak for me. I'm not letting anyone control me anymore. I'm not letting anyone have any power over what I say, what I put out, who I am. I am taking back who I am. My words only speak for me. They're not speaking for a company. They're not your words. You have no power over them. Love that. Love that empowerment.
they only speak for me.
Yes.
For all the ones who try to silence thunder.
Yes.
I'm the wave that pulls you down and under.
Yeah, girl.
Every day
even the way that it's written in the film clip, you'll need to let me know in the comments if her name is Ash or if it's gonna be Ash, because even the way it's written, where all is and again are all written smaller, and Ash just seems bigger and like in bold. Tell me I'm not crazy. Please tell me that her name is Ash. If it's not, if it's not, I'm gonna feel like I'm crazy. And if we don't know what her name is, I'm telling you it's Ash. It is absolutely Ash. Yo. All right, I'm a talk from a much smaller scale than anything that Gawr is at. Okay, I'm a talk from I am an ant, she is a person, but that last part there, yo, I get it. I absolutely get it. This moment where you have the I I you have the new version, or the human version, the real version, the walking around in the world version of Gawr, fighting, literally having a giant battle with, and finally at the end of all of this, seeming as strong and winning the battle against the Gawr version, the internet version of herself. You literally have this confrontation between the two of them, and the human version, her real self, who she is walking around in her day-to-day life, wins and is more powerful. And at the end, it becomes this thing of they're no longer fighting, they're not in competition, and they go to embrace, and then it's just one. It's not these two separate entities. Like I said, I'm speaking from a much smaller position, but I literally reference to people when I talk to them about that. Yeah, DJ, who is this DJ is here on the internet, and Dylan is just a dude who works at a library in Western Sydney. You know, Dylan is just Dylan's me, and DJ's me, but DJ's my internet persona. And in my head, I treat them like two different people. And I was literally saying recently that after my holiday, when I was filming, I was finding it more difficult to transition back into DJ and not just be Dylan up here. And it's not that I'm being fake. It's not that I'm being anything different. It's just that you have that, number one, because you dial things up for the internet, it's more entertaining. And number two, because you have to protect yourself. You have to manage to separate you in your day-to-day life from your online persona. So the fact that she's having this complete conflict in her life with what seems like the Gawr that the Hollow Live wanted her to be and expect her to be, and this internet persona that they want her to just be living as 24/7, and her just trying to break out and be able to be herself and express herself. And then in the end, she finds a way to unify the two of them so they're not in conflict anymore and it's just her. I absolutely love that as an idea to end the film clip. Incredible. And it ends up being her that's standing in front of the door. Yep. I love that one. Gawr gets to be the one to walk through the door and decide what's next for her and see what lies ahead. Absolutely genius songwriting with all the little double lines in there and little hidden messages. Absolutely genius video clip. The composure of the music as well by Casey was phenomenal. This felt so epic and so big and so awesome. Yo, this blew my mind. This absolutely blew my mind. I'm gonna see if there's anything else at the end here. I don't think there is. It's just like the sound of crackling fire. But yeah, I am so invested in this now. I want to know. Y'all let me know what Gawr. This was about a month ago. What is Gawr doing now? Does she have a new online name? Does she have a new community that she's building? What's the go with it all? Has there been any development since this? Because I'm so invested. Please give me all the details down below because I want to know. Go to the original video in the description, give the original a like and a comment, and subscribe to Gawr because she deserves all the support, or whatever name she's creating under. Actually, who uploaded this? This is still Gawr on Hollow Live English. So support that one, or find out what she's doing now from what people will put in the comments, and go and support Gawra's new graduated identity because she made something awesome here. Also, yeah, leave the like on this video, comment down below with all the details, all the goss, all of the tea, because I want to hear it all. And subscribe to the channel because it helps out so much. I can't even begin to tell you. And check me out over on Patreon. Over there, I run weekly polls for the reactions that I do here on the channel. I also do weekly TV show reactions, a monthly movie reaction, a monthly live stream, and at the highest tier, you can get a guaranteed reaction right here on the channel. So check all that out over on my Patreon. I will see you all in the next reaction video. Have yourself a fantastic day, night, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time zone you're in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.